So you know how earlier I was talking about how the white robes cast heal, and then that was just as well because she doesn't have to use up her magic, and Iced has no reason to be healing. He should just always be attacking. But then it turned out that the white robes actually cast invisible too, which means that he heals. He has a healing turn, but then, she has to use up her magic to heal. Well, I was thinking about it, and I thought, like I was thinking earlier, he doesn't have a reason to be healing, so we may as well give the heal helmet to her, so she doesn't have to spend magic to be healing, and she can also use, she can cast Invisitu whenever she wants to, and she doesn't have to use magic for either of those because there's absolutely no reason for him to ever be healing, as far as I can tell. So she may as well just have all of them. So that's what I figured. Oh, I will put the heal helm in front of the white... Wait. No, I won't. Yeah. Okay. I was thinking we may as well put the heal helmet in front so that we don't have to dig through as many menus. I mean, we don't have to press up and down even once or twice. But I'm thinking I want to use the white thing more often than the heal helm. But maybe not. Okay, he has the heal helm. So, for now, I think that's probably the best option. Obviously, that down there is the way to go. We got a soft, we may need that. So, the only reason I'm thinking... Oh, the katana. Well, that changes things. Let me just look up what that does. I think it has more hit percents, but maybe not. Katana. Katana. Okay, 33 hit percent plus 35, crit 19, not that that means anything. Can use other than Masamune, not Masamune, but Masamune. It's not a huge upgrade over the Sun Sword in defense, but every little bit helps. The sword is intended to have high crit rate like the Vorpal, but due to the same bug that makes the Vorpal pointless, this is not actually the case, although you can find a second katana elsewhere. Oh, that's interesting. That was kind of a spoiler for me, but not for anybody else who isn't already familiar with that. Yeah, it's just same. But what can you do? I mean, other than just assume that the katana is better and not look it up, so you don't get spoiled for those things. So anyway, and it was actually an interesting spoiler, not just like, oh, this dungeon name. Hey, that looks pretty cool. Okay, so he has that now. He has the light axe in case he ever needs it. Wait, can he cast fire too? Because that would be kind of redundant with the light axe, but, back to the same logic. I mean, there might be a reason for Iced to cast that spell, which is that, he is casting fire, and he's casting the light axe, and she's casting the mage thing, and he is casting... Wait, didn't he have two light axes? Where's the other one? I thought we had two. There. Oh yeah, there it is. So he's casting that, she's casting fire, or... yeah, the mage rod, he's casting the light axe, and he's casting that, so we get all four of them all at once, instead of, like, if it costs, if that does 50, and that does 50, and that does 50, and there are 4 enemies, and they all have 200 HP, and he attacks, that means only one enemy is going to be killed, and the other 3 will only have 50 HP remaining, but there'll still be 3 enemies left in the field. But if he has the light axe, and he does 50, 50, 50, 50, then it's 200. So even though he does way more damage attacking one enemy, that it does tremendous damage. In that kind of a situation, it would be better to have them all distributing the attack at once, but it still probably isn't worth it. So, that's that, as far as I can tell. So what I was thinking earlier was, the fact that we are getting all this money does tend to indicate that, it tends to indicate that, I don't remember if they're weak against fire or electric or what. It's probably electric, but we'll just see. Anyway, it tends to indicate that we'll have another opportunity to buy things, so we are going to leave this dungeon, and it's going to be in such a way that, you know, it's not just there's a dungeon above this one, so it's practically the same thing as one big dungeon, but rather, it's actually going to be in a different location. I'm not sure where, though, because it seems like we've been everywhere. Okay, so, well, that was actually alright. I'm doing about 100. Is not terribly bad. Germinated. Okay, they may or may not be able to get this off before C can cast Pure. The only reason to cast Pure, rather than to wait for them out of battle, is just so we don't have to switch him back to the front again. But it's technically wiser to just cast her healing spell, or whatever. You know, the healing helmet. Wow, that's a really short sword. It doesn't look that impressive because of that. Anyway, we would have restored HP, and then just been able to cure it outside of battle, but it would also take more time, and normally I'm I'm more defensive, but in this kind of a circumstance, it might be better to just move on with things. I know this is supposed to be futuristic, but it still seems like weirdly unnecessary to have all these missing blocks. Oh, another defense item. It's probably opal, but then again, if we have to throw something opal out for another thing, then what difference does it make? The opal shield is probably the most expensive thing, and we actually want to hold on to the heal helms now. And I think the dragon is probably better than opal, so I think we'll get rid of the opal pen. Alright, let's see what it is. Oh, pro ring. What does that do again? Does it... It doesn't defend against status element, does it? Okay, he's 27, his absorbs 35. Okay, 35, 64. So that actually upped his defense by pretty substantial amounts. By, what, 8? 35. It was 35, wasn't it? So that's 8. That's pretty impressive. Oh, and he's only 258 away from a level up, which would put his defense to 28 without any equipment, but that's still dwarfed by 43. Yeah, see, he has more than C does now. And certainly more than he does. Come to think of it. Okay, so he has the white thing, which is the same as gold, and a ribbon pro ring. And he just has gold and a ribbon. And he has the opal. If we gave him the opal and him the gold, I'm not sure if that would be a good idea, but... because it is a good idea to keep, like, a magic attacker defensive, but, he's also in the back. And also, you know, like the guide was saying, magic isn't all that useful this late. I mean, his level 8 magic spells could be good, and maybe level 7, but we're also kind of holding on to those for like a rainy day. And that is to say, very powerful enemies, but I don't know, they don't seem too tough. We have that thing that's weak against electric, so in that case... Wait, aren't they weak against electric? Yeah, 72 is alright, I guess. I don't know that it would be more effective than that if it was in a different element. Oh, he didn't die yet. Well, in that case, it's kind of well, I'm not sure if it would be better to have him attacking or healing. Maybe he should have used a white robe. Well, at this point, we're definitely just gonna fully invest in healing, especially since he just attacked on the first turn, which means, well, Iced is definitely going to be able to take him out on his own, so it's definitely better to heal. Even though it probably would have been better to just take him out. I'll have to consider that in the future. You know, be more offensive. Sometimes that's appropriate, where being defensive is appropriate elsewhere. These guys get weak to electric, but I think... Actually, I think Iced can one-shot him. Well, that should at least be in the second spot. Okay, while they're doing that, I'm going to remind myself... Oops, I don't want to open that. Oh, he must have taken him out by himself. I mean, in the first turn. So that did not work out so well. Oh well. Let's make sure everybody's HP is okay. Yeah, Iced needs some healing. And Ellie could, for that matter. Ooh, he's at above 500 now. So anyway, I'll look up that up later. I don't think this will, like, will step into an enemy right away or anything. But yeah, I think we could use some healing. Oh, we can't, we don't want to use a tent. Oh, wow. Okay, maybe CC should start using some cure too. Okay, unless we run into a boss, that should be good. Well, this seems obnoxious. Uh-oh. Oh, wait a second. They're not going to cast magic, I don't think. Does that... Oh. Maybe they're not so dangerous. Not unless they have, like, some instant kill moves. Okay, that's bad enough, I guess. Okay, that didn't do too badly against them. Exiled to the 4th dimension. That sounds epic. Huh. So that's how it's a time spell. It's like Cube or something. What? 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 Who did that? It had to have been one of them, because he just attacked now. Oh, fiddlesticks. I wonder if confusing them would have worked. Probably not. Quickshot. What were those things called? I'll have to consider that. Okay, we have Fade and Wall. I mean, well, I don't know if Wall can be useful. That might be determined by on if Pro Ring is useful. I guess by going back, it was immediately up in the corner again. Like it remembered Pro Ring and not the other things I put in. Armor in the game, resistance to death. Okay. So I think everyone's immune to instant death moves now. Although that might not be the case. Who has that? Armor. Yeah, Fred's the one who doesn't have the Pro Ring. Or the ribbon. Wait, how do you not have a Pro Ring or a ribbon? He has ribbon, but not a Pro Ring. Iced has Pro Ring and ribbon. Isn't that kind of redundant? Maybe he should have a ribbon instead of the... Okay, so the Pro Ring grants instant immune to death. And does the ribbon effectively have that same effect because it makes you immune to... Let's see. Well, it makes you immune to spells and special attacks. I don't know if that means it makes it more difficult for instant death attacks to kill you, but I wasn't paying attention at the time, so I wasn't even sure what killed him, so I guess for the time being I won't change anything around. But we might want to... Okay. I'll do life, and then cure 4. And then to justify that, I'll do this. So I'm not sure if he was just not healed enough, and that was the problem, or if it's something else. Like, should I have actually had him healed instead? Because I was saying, oh, we should be good unless there's a big boss, but that's not going to happen. Okay, so I think this is like in Zelda where it repeats. Uh-oh. This is... No, this is a new place. Uh-oh, we got air to fight. I don't know. In theory, they're supposed to be hard, but I don't know. Oh, maybe the white robe would have been useful, because if those things that are based off of wizards do only do physical attacks, then that would have been useful. I think these guys might do magic attacks, but it's hard to say. These guys might be weak to fire. I'm not sure how that works exactly. keep track of the time. Okay, well, let's do Maids and Zeus and see how those elements do against him. That's about the same as Fire. Wait, he used Fire 3. Okay, so it's Ice that we haven't tested. And he has to use a spell for that. So I'm wondering if in that, I guess, maze, you know, sort of like a Uh-oh. Okay, we got Lightning. Does that do... Okay, that's only one. I don't know if Sleep's gonna work against them. But we gotta try something. Oh, let's try her white thing. And then, they are pretty weak to physical attacks. I don't know if we should nuke them yet, though. Oh, wait a second. They obviously don't have a lot of HP. What does Brack do again? Is it even supposed to be Brack? Brack. Oh, it's single target's death. Okay, we don't want to do that, I don't think. What about Blind? I think that's got to be multi-target, right? Because the original one is... Afflicts darkness on foes with less than 300, unless they are resistant to status element attacks. Well, that all depends on if they are. I'll try it, and if... Oh. One foe. Okay. I don't really want to use level 8 just yet, but depending on how bad of a situation this is, I might just have to. Zap obviously didn't work, and that'll cause I think it's paralysis. Okay. Oh, it's KO. Wait, so what does Zap do? Oh, wait. I might just have to look these guys up. Because I don't... Sorcerer. You might think it's Sorcerer. Okay. Trance can paralyze half the party easily, and the Sorcerer's normal attack can cause... KO. Don't be afraid to run if you need to. Even a ribbon won't prevent their attacks when they appear later in the game. What? Okay, how much? Oh, okay, they have 112. So, if he were to use XXXX, that should kill them, right? That only attacks one opponent. What? Well, I thought we couldn't run for them, but this is saying that we shouldn't be afraid to, so I guess that means we can run from them. Maybe that's the wise thing to... No, that's... We gotta at least try to fight them, right? No, we've come too far. And we haven't saved in a long time, so we'd lose all that stuff. Oh great, our runners. Son of a... Oh, if she's poisoned, does that mean she can't be paralyzed? Why is it... We can run from these guys, can't we? I mean, it said we can. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, I'm out. Since we got all of that good, we got all of those good items, and I don't want to have to redo all of that, so, you know, we'd still have to go through all the dungeon, but at least we might save on magic, since we don't have to take all those detours. And so we won't have to recollect those items and figure out what we're gonna do with them. And, so yeah, I'm just going to get the heck out of here. Save. Well, let's see. Is there anything else to buy exactly? Because, if not, I mean, we could just use a house. We'd have to use a tent right after, but on the other hand, I kind of want to sell those things, and come to think of it, we could see what the adamant does. I don't know if that... Maybe it'll be helpful? I'm not... It'll be kind of out of order, but maybe we should try that. So I think in the next episode... Well, I'm going to sell all those things we can't carry anymore, so that we have more room. So there is at least a reason to temporarily run from this area. And, wait, what the heck? I thought I... What? Wait. Why does he... He's at full HP, but his HP isn't showing up. So you can swap him around, but he can't go into the front? What? Uh-oh. These guys are more dangerous than I thought. And that doesn't do as much as I thought. And they all targeted him. Okay, now he's at 0 HP, and he wasn't like that earlier. Okay, it's life 2. Okay, now they're showing up on the screen. Well, that was a bit confusing and concerning, but I guess it worked out in the end. So obviously getting out of this desert is a little more dangerous than what I took it for. So let's do heal 3. We may as well do a tent for that matter. So at least now we're safe. We're saved, and we saved. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the town and sell stuff, and I'll probably meet you at the dwarf city or whatever, and check out what the adamant does, and then we'll get back to the dungeon.